Listen, I gotta tell y'all this story, man. And just please listen. Always be sensitive to the Spirit of God. When God say move, or if you feel an unction in your gut to move, then do what he said. Because let me tell you something. Tonight I'm at the gym. Literally, I'm sitting in the parking lot still in a state of shock, right? It's almost midnight. I'm leaving the gym. And I was working out. And as I was working out, like I was about to get finished, but I wasn't done yet. But all of a sudden, I got this unction that says, just go to the sauna. Just stop your workout and go to the sauna. So I stopped my workout. Literally, I wasn't even done with my set. I stopped my workout and I headed to the sauna. As I headed to the sauna, there was this gentleman lying on the floor. He was like this Armenian guy. And there's a bunch of guys that were standing around him. And so I dropped my bags down immediately and I ran over to see what was going on. And so I'm like, yo, this guy, I'm looking at the guy and he was literally turning purple. And I'm like, yo, y'all got to do something. So I'm prancing back and forth. Now, I'm going to tell you my conviction. My conviction was I knew that if I did something, I was going to call on the name of Jesus. And in that moment, I said I didn't want to offend nobody. So I'm still prancing back and forth. This is my conviction. I'm still prancing back and forth. And I'm like, y'all got to do something. And nobody was doing nothing. And God said, that's why you're supposed to do something. You're supposed to do something, not somebody else. And so what I did was I immediately got 2 towels and I went to his head. And when I went to the gentleman's head, he wasn't breathing. And it was one guy holding his chest. And so I grabbed his head and I just started saying, Jesus, in the name of Jesus. Now, mind you, I don't know anybody else's religion. I don't know what anybody believed in. I just started calling on Jesus. And in that moment, I'm looking at this guy. He started to sip his breaths. It was like, it was very slow. And it's like, and all of a sudden he just stopped. And I'm like, yo, this man ain't breathing. And so I started saying, Jesus, right? Jesus. And I'm sitting there like, come on, Jesus. Like, you know, and people just standing. It blew my mind. Anyways, and people just standing. And I'm going to tell you, never be ashamed to call on the name of Jesus. I don't care where you at. I don't care who's offended. I don't care what religion that people believe in. If you believe in Jesus, you call on his name. And I'm calling on the name of Jesus, calling on the name of Jesus. And all of a sudden, listen to what I'm telling you. This man went from being cold, stiff, sipping his breath, okay, to not breathing. He woke up. Watch this, though. He woke up and then he went back down. And then I started thinking about Lazarus. And I'm like, Jesus, let this man come forth. Let this man come forth. And next thing I know, just before the firefighters got there, this man woke up and opened his eyes. Hear what I'm saying to you. This man opened his eyes, man, and he tried to get up, and then I started pouring cold water on his forehead and all over his head just because so he can cool down because he was in the sauna. And literally the firefighter said, you guys saved his life. You hear me? And I believe that it was because of the name. I know it was the name of Jesus. Nobody else was doing anything. One guy was holding his chest and it was me at his head, calling on the name of Jesus. You hear me? It blows my mind that it convicted me that I was first afraid. Never be afraid. I saw a man die and come back to life because of the name of Jesus.